Have you ever imagined being an astronaut, powering away from the surface of the Earth in a powerful rocket, rushing and pushing through the atmosphere, going higher than the clouds, and going so high that you enter into the emptiness of space itself and begin to orbit high above the surface of the Earth? What an experience that must be! What a view! Humans are also planning new deep space missions. New astronauts will be needed for these. Young people in school today, just like you, will be among those to travel back to the moon or take part in new missions to Mars as we all learn more about the universe that we live in. Did you know most astronauts who travel into space to work are engineers and scientists? They need to know how and why their rockets and other space technology works. They will also need to conduct a wide range of important experiments as part of their mission. They may also need to fix things, because if things go wrong in space, there's no garages around. If the thought of flying to space is a little scary, you could become an aerospace engineer. For every space mission, thousands of people work behind the scenes to invent, make, simulate, test and improve all the ideas to make sure everything works well and safely. Let's start our journey into space science by making some straw rockets. By making straw rockets, you can begin to investigate how rockets actually work, and particularly how their direction is controlled as they fly through the air on the way up into space. You will learn about aerodynamics and the forces that act on a rocket, and learn how to improve your designs. Like real rocket engineers, you should scientifically test all your ideas and use the data you collect to make decisions about changes. You should be able to make straw rockets at a desk or table. Remember to use a cutting mat or other working surface to protect the table if doing any cutting or if you're using glue. To make straw rockets, you'll need a straw to act as the launcher. A drinking straw or even a length of thin plastic tube will do. You'll need some paper, some glue, some tape, some scissors and a ruler. You can use a pencil or pen to wrap a rectangle of paper around to make a tube, which will be the body of your rocket. Shad from Caris Maths will tell you how to measure the distance and the angle that you fire your rocket later. So how does a straw rocket work? The tube-shaped body of the rocket fits over the end of a straw. The body of the rocket is carefully sealed at the nose end so no air can escape. By blowing to the straw, you create the thrust for your rocket, which will fly from the end of the straw pushed by the air pressure your lungs create. How your straw rocket flies through the air and the distance it will go will be affected by the features of your design. So one thing your straw rocket will need is fins. Fins help to stabilise the rocket and keep it flying straight and smoothly through the air. You should experiment with different shapes, sizes and numbers of fins to find the best fin design. We'll show you some examples later. You will also want to make sure your straw rocket has a pointy nose. This will let it cut through the air easily. You might want to also think about the weight of your rocket. And remember to take careful note of that angle that you launch it at. Some angles may be better than others. So there you go. You have some ideas about how straw rockets work. Which design will you make that will fly the furthest?